Good morning, everyone. Wow. Sorry, I'm still trying to get up myself. What a weekend. What a weekend. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Welcome into Sports with Balls. I am Chef Michael on an explosive episode of Sports with Balls. I don't know how explosive it's going to be, but it'll be a lot of fun, man. We'll blow through this thing in about 30 minutes, man. Get caught up on everything, especially the Philadelphia Eagles. Woo! What a performance. All right, today, February the 10th, we're doing the national holidays like we always do. National Clean Out Your Computer. I probably need to do that. What else we got? All That Fits Into Print Day. That's newspaper day. Children's Hospice Day. Feast of St. Paul's Shipwreck. Epilepsy Day. It's a big one. Cribbage Day. I've never played cribbage. Don't know how to if you're a cribbage fan. National Cream Cheese Brownie. Now, I've never had a cream cheese brownie. That shit sounds ridiculous. Actually, this right here, this cup of coffee right here is my last one or anything to have for 2 days. I'm about to go on a fast. So, should be a lot of fun Wednesday morning on the show. National Flannel Day. It's about 60 degrees here today, so I think I might slip into a flannel. Julio, if your name's Julio, it's your day. National Home Warranty Day. Get out of here. National Poop Day. What the hell, man? Yes, that is exactly what it says. Umbrella. Oatmeal. Sick of Food Waste Day. Teddy Day. Valentismus. Man, they come up with some weird stuff. World Pulses Day. That's about it. That's a ton of day. Man, they've got a lot today. So take a poop, wear your flannel, and clean out your computer is basically your holiday. So that being said, welcome into Sports with Balls. Today's show brought to you by Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. I bet they were packed last night at 4 locations. We went to a house party, unfortunately. Well, actually, fortunately, but Christian's Tailgate is the spot to go to for all of your sporting events. Check out their locations at christianstailgate.com. Lunch specials, daily specials running on beer, bucket specials, stuff like that. So get over to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. I see you, Kevin. I see you tuning in. I'll get your comment here in a second. Those of y'all that want to leave a comment, leave it in the section box, and I will get to it as soon as possible. Those of y'all watching live, at least, on YouTube, both Facebook sites, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, I'm on all of them. Just leave a comment. I'll try to get to it as soon as possible. Butler CCS, fire, water, mold, roofing. My man, Wes Butler. Give him a call. Also, the plumbing company, man, is the Lindsay company. They're amazing, man. 281-373-3333 or lindsayplumbing.com. Go check them out. Did you guys get in trouble last night? I hope not. If you did, call Mark Thiessen at Thiessen Law Firm, the Texas Trial Attorney.com. 713-864-9000, 713-864-9000. All right. Let's get to it. Kevin says, go Cowboys. Of course, I told you the other day, Hurts would score the first TD. I had him in a parlay for a touchdown score for sure. I did not win my parlays because I had Saquon scoring one. That was it. That was the only one I missed out on. This was an interesting football game. Very interesting football game. It was not a lot of fun to watch if you're a Chiefs fan. I thought it was fun gambling-wise. It was a lot of fun unless you had a lot of Chiefs, but I don't think a lot of people had a ton of Chiefs in their parlays. If you had Kelsey, these are the two guys that ruined your parlay bets. I'm pretty sure it was Kelsey and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley not scoring a touchdown and them getting 40 points is very rare. And then Travis Kelce had a terrible day. I got to give it up to Mahomes, though. I got to give Mahomes props for I just read this morning. After the game, Patrick Mahomes took 12 minutes of questioning from the media. 12! That is a ton, man. Answered every question and took complete blame for the game. That's leadership at its best, man. You lose like that, you go into the media room and take 12 minutes of questioning and take all the blame. Dude, props. Mad props, Pat. That takes balls. That takes a lot of balls. Since we're on the Chiefs, we'll start there. They just played like shit, man. The Philadelphia D was too much. I don't know if it's the game planning with the Chiefs because they just could not get it going. I heard this stat while watching the game last night that when they started the second half, the Chiefs had 1 first down, and it was on the first play of the game. And then it took them 5-6 minutes later to get to the other side of the field, and that was their first play in the opponent's territory in the second half. I was like, damn. The Eagles defense just looked. If you could give an MVP to anybody else other than Hurts, it would have just gone to the Eagles defense. That was as dominating a performance as the Ravens. And I forget what year that was. I don't want to say it wrong. So, but y'all all know what I'm talking about. The Ray Lewis-led Ravens. I think that team allowed a touchdown, but it was on a special teams. On a special teams play. That was it. So, for a while, this game looked like that was going to, like this defense would put on the top performance ever in the Super Bowl. But I think the Ravens still take it. The Eagles just absolutely dominated the Chiefs on every facet. Pacheco tried to get a spark going, couldn't do it. Kareem Hunt could never get going. DeAndre Hopkins missed none of it. Sorry about that. We rewound that, I don't know, 5 or 6 times to watch that DeAndre Hopkins miscatch and just could not figure out why he dropped that. I don't know. It didn't look like he turned his head around too quick. His hands were in perfect positions right before he got to the ball, and then I don't know. That was a huge play in the game. A huge play in the game. It was early. It was still manageable. And Hopkins it was awkward. It was an awkward drop for one of the best wide receivers we've seen. It's just an off night. And the Chiefs picked the worst day possible to have their worst game of the year. Travis Kelce, bad football game, man. Bad football game. Pat Mahomes, bad football game. Patrick Mahomes was 21 of 32. Surprisingly, he went over his. Did somebody have him at 255? Because he got 257 yards, and most of that obviously is junk yards. 3 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. If you look at his stat line, 21 of 32, 3 touchdowns of 257 yards, you're like, damn, he had a good night. No, the Eagles were playing prevent D, and Pat Mahomes was just back there hurling the ball. I think at one point during the game, at the beginning of the second half, Pat Mahomes over-under for passing attempts was somewhere around 30, which were in one half, which was ridiculous. I don't remember what he ended up with. He had 4 carries for 25 yards. Look, if you're trying to find a highlight for the Kansas City Chiefs, and especially moving forward into next year, Xavier freaking Worthy. Wow. Talk about a clutch performance from a rookie. The rookie showed out in the Super Bowl. My goodness, bro. The rookies went to town. Xavier Worthy, 8 receptions, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns. In his first Super Bowl. Wow. I think that is the most hidden stat out of this whole thing. That dude went off. He has 157 of Mahomes' 257 yards. Xavier Worthy, out of the University of Texas, rookie year in his first Super Bowl, had a hell of a night. Look, again, I'm not trying to bash the Chiefs too much, but if you're looking at a bright spot, that's it, man. They found a number 1 wide receiver. That dude is good, and he's going to get better. Xavier Worthy is a baller. Straight baller. The guy can play. Good job on drafting him, Kansas City Chiefs. You found your number 1 wide receiver. You could build around that. Bro had 8 for 157 in the Super Bowl and 2 touchdowns. Damn. Mahomes has a threat now, and that's dangerous for the league. Look, the Chiefs they were off, man. Andy Reid they didn't put together a good plan. And then when Philadelphia smacked them in the mouth, they had no response. Andy Reid usually has a response. a backup playing something. But they had nothing. They had zero response for the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Pile on their offense, and it just looked like it looked like they just continued from the last game or the last 2 games. I mean, they really are that good. Now they may lose both their coordinators in the offseason. In fact, I know that one of them's probably gone to New Orleans. But the Eagles the Chiefs did not three-peat, and the Philadelphia Eagles, boy, what a performance they had. Jalen Hurts, the MVP, 17 of 22 for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a interception that was basically a punt, but he did throw a pick. Had a Jalen Hurts-esque night. His legs destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs. Every time the Chiefs were about to stop them and get momentum, Jalen Hurts took off. He had 11 carries, 72 yards, and 1 touchdown. If I'm correct, he had more rushing yards than – I'm going to check this out. I think he had more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley. Damn. Like Jalen Hurts, man. Wow. Total yards, what is that, damn near 300? Yeah, right around 300. Let's see. Rushing yards. Saquon Barkley had 57. Yep, 25 carries, 57. Never really got going. They got down to the his receiving yards were okay. He caught a great pass. He had 40 yards receiving, and they got down to the 5-yard line, gave it to him twice, and both times he got about a yard. I don't know if he was off or the play calling at the time was off. They only ran that sweep that they absolutely love. They only ran that sweep, I think, twice, which is the play that he scored most of those 40, 50, 60-yard runs on. So whatever they were doing worked, though. Their game plan came in, they executed it, and they just waited for their defense to just absolutely bomb the Kansas City Chiefs. Kevin commenting again saying Cooper DeJean is a dog. Listen, I don't know which rookie performance I'm taking, DeJean's or Xavier Worthy's, but man, both guys absolutely phenomenal. Look, DeJean on his birthday as a rookie wasn't expected to be that much of a player. You know, there was a lot of negativity coming from the so-called professionals saying he's not going to make it at the pro level. And this guy on his 22nd birthday gets a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. Wow, bro. There's not a lot that the Eagles did wrong. I mean, there's just not. Their defense was freaking ridiculous. What is that? How many sacks did they have? 6. Damn, man. Tackles for loss. How many tackles for loss did they have? 6. I mean, and 2 interceptions. 2 or 3 picks. 2 interceptions, yeah. They were just balling. I mean, Kansas City scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. That was basically all junk plays. Bombs from Mahomes to Xavier Worthy. You take away those 16 kind of junk plays, and it's a 40-6 game. All right, I mean, it's just they just got ran over, and by the defense of the Philadelphia Eagles. The defense was the Super Bowl, and I get it. Jalen Hurts won the MVP. His legs, look, his 17 to 22, his rating was 119. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. The average 10 yards a throw. He just threw when he needed to. He was on target, but he ran the ball very, very efficiently. 72 yards on the ground. It just, man, the guy led his team to a Super Bowl victory and covered from Channelview in Houston. I'm proud of him, man. He deserves it. The Philadelphia Eagles deserve it. The Kansas City Chiefs, they didn't have it, man. I mean, anywhere. I told you the one bright spot, Xavier Worthy. Damn, absolutely balled out. Travis Kelce, by the way, for you stat guys, 4 receptions, 39 yards on 6 targets. They couldn't get going. I don't know what else to tell you. There's stats and stats and stats and stats that people are going to throw in your face all day long on every show. But what it boils down to is that the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely whooped the Kansas City Chiefs ass. Sorry, Chiefs fan. Sorry. That's what happened. You guys got ran over. It was 24-0 at one point. Then it was 34-6. I mean, then it was 40 points. When they got up to 34-6, I was like, yeah. I mean, I understand it's a Super Bowl, and everybody wants a Tom Brady story. 28-3. I wasn't happening. That was a different field. We were at this party, and this guy, massive Chiefs fan, was like, well, if they do that. I'm like, bro, this doesn't have the feel of that game. The Eagles were dominating the Chiefs. They weren't moving the ball. They couldn't do it. I mean, it was just nothing. But on the prop bets, Hurts got his. Mahomes, I think, got his. I told you the ones that killed everybody was Saquon Barkley. Vegas cleaned up with Barkley not doing that well. And also Travis Kelce not doing that well. I think some people probably hit on Xavier Worthy. They probably hit on Jalen Hurts rushing yards. But overall, I don't know how many people bet on the Chiefs. But I saw a lot of bets on the Eagles. So I bet Vegas won. They always do. And the Chiefs go down. But, dude, they went to 3 straight Super Bowls. And they found a number 1 wide receiver. The Eagles probably will be your favorite to win again, even though they're going to lose both of their coordinators, offensive and defense. So we'll see what happens. There was a Jalen Hurts thing I saw. Devontae Smith. Here's another good one for you. He had a great game, very emotional after the game. First player to win a college national championship, Heisman Trophy Award, and the Super Bowl. That blew my mind. I didn't know that. First Alabama drafted player to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl as well. So congratulations to Devontae Smith, who played extremely well. The whole Philadelphia Eagles. When did you guys think this game was over? Halftime? I think right at the start of the third quarter, Chiefs couldn't get it going. I thought they had to take that first drive down and score. They got a first down. Looked like Pacheco was running pretty well, and then boom, 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 over. It was just an onslaught. But it is what it is, and unfortunately, we had no football. Football is over. I'm not going to sit here and beat this game to death and break it down like all the shows are for, all day long. It was an ass whooping. The Philadelphia Eagles whooped the Kansas City Chiefs ass, and we move on. Pat Mahomes is still a badass. Jalen Hurts deserved the MVP. Oh, by the way, all your ref talks, that went down the shitter. Now, agreed, not on the first call, not on that pass interference call. I bet everybody was probably like, oh, here we go. But after that, it was all Philly. Kansas City didn't get many calls. Not many calls at all. So I don't want to hear, the refs, none of that. It's just, it is what it is. All right, guys. Moving on. Past football. Guess who reported? That's right. Pitchers and catchers reported for baseball. At least the Cubs did. The Dodgers do tomorrow. There is a whole list. Here we go. I got it pulled up right here. The Cubs. There is baseball practice, Major League Baseball practice going on today in Arizona with the Chicago Cubs. Let's see, Athletics, so the 12th. There's a lot this week. White Sox 12th, Reds 12th, Reds, Royals, Angels, Brewers, Padres, Rangers, Braves, Red Sox, Tigers, Marlins, Mets, Yankees, Phillies, Pirates, Cardinals, and the Washington Nationals, all on the 12th. Everybody else pretty much the 13th. Yeah, man. Pitchers and catchers report. First full squad workout is this week. So baseball is back. And I say, unfortunately, I love baseball season, but we all love football as well. So at least we're transitioning It's a good job out of sports. Football is going to take a while, man. Next thing you hear about football will be fantasy football drafts. Well, we'll have the draft and then fantasy football draft. So, way to go, Philadelphia. But now we move to Major League Baseball. Pitchers and catchers reporting this week. Stoked about that. I will be in West Palm, March? I think it's March 12th for the Yankees and Astros. That ought to be a lot of fun. I'm going to a few spring training games. If you guys get a chance, man, and this is what's fantastic about spring training. If there's a spring training facility near you, go. Take the kids. It's cheap. It is a blast. You feel like you're watching major league players in a tiny, in a backyard baseball game. You can get autographs. It's so much fun. If you have a chance to take off to spring training games, please take your kids, if you have kids, and go do it. It is so much fun. I've been to a few of them, a few different parks where they have spring training. It's another level of baseball. You don't have the whole huge crowds there. They're playing in small venues. These major league players are just out there grinding away. It's a lot of fun to watch, man. The players are very engaged with the fans. So, look, if you get a chance, get your kids out to spring training. Do we have any other highlights that we're doing? LIV golfers given qualifications path to the Open. They can do that. Here we go. I was looking at this earlier. The Chiefs and Ravens are favored to win in 2026 already. They have the stuff out. The Mavs that trade with Luka has already gone south. Anthony Davis is already out multiple weeks with an injury, so we will see what happens with that. That's about it, man. Look, that is about it. I got to get out of here. I've got guys at my door that are about to start working on the house. I got to get to the gym. You guys enjoy your Monday. Have a blast. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'll probably have a couple more things for you. My name is Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls. I'm out of here.